This is not just another video. This is a moment set apart. If you're listening right now, it's because God has something to say directly to you. So pause the noise, silence the doubts, and open your heart. Because what you're about to hear could change everything. Welcome to Jesus Saves.
My beloved child, you didn't stumble upon these words by chance. Deep inside, something drew you here, a quiet pull that your heart couldn't ignore. You're searching not just for comfort, but for something far deeper, far more eternal. This moment right now is not random. I've waited for it, arranged it, and spoken into it so that we could have this conversation, you and I. I see you beyond what others see. I see the nights you lie awake, wondering if you're doing enough, being enough, surviving enough. I know the questions that flood your mind, the weight you carry in silence, the fears you rarely speak out loud. And I want to tell you, this is the beginning of something new. You've tried to stay strong for so long. You carry responsibilities, dreams, regrets, and hopes like stones in your pockets. Even when the world smiles at you, you sometimes feel hollow inside. And I see that. I don't look away. I don't grow tired of your battles, and I'm not disappointed in your weakness. Your vulnerability doesn't scare me. It draws me closer. I want you to know that even in your worst moments, I am not only near, I am holding you together. This is your invitation to stop running, to stop hiding from the pain you feel or pretending you're fine when you're breaking. Let me speak to that place in your soul that's been shut away behind the noise of everyday life. Let me into the deepest part of your heart, the place where you feel most alone, because you are not alone. I have always been with you. Before anyone knew your name, before any mistake or heartbreak, I knew you. I formed you with intention, with love, and with purpose that still lives, even if you've stopped believing in it. The world will try to name you by your failures, by your wounds, by what you lack. But I call you something else entirely. I call you mine. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not a mistake. You are my child, my joy, my chosen one. I've seen every tear you've cried, and not one was wasted. Each one is held in my hand, each one a prayer I've already heard. I don't just listen, I respond. I move heaven and earth for you, even when you don't see it yet. And yes, I know your past. I know every wrong turn, every word you regret, every time you doubted me or walked away. But I'm not looking to punish you. I'm here to restore you. You may feel tired, tired of trying, tired of hoping, tired of being strong. Let yourself rest here. Let my words be your shelter. You were never meant to carry everything alone. You were never meant to face this world without a companion. I am not a distant God. I am the one who walks with you in the fire, the one who sits with you in the silence, the one who sings over you in the dark. The pain you feel right now, it is not the end. It's a chapter, not your whole story. And I, your creator, am still writing it with hands full of mercy. Lift your eyes. I know how heavy your heart is, but lift your eyes to me. I'm not here to condemn you. I'm here to lift you, to speak life where there's been silence, to breathe peace where there's been chaos, to replace fear with faith and grief with grace. You don't need to earn my love. You already have it. You don't need to prove your worth. I've already declared it. Your value was settled when I formed you and sealed when I gave everything to win your heart. You were worth it then. You're worth it now. There will always be voices trying to convince you that you're too broken, too late, too far gone. But none of those voices come from me. I see the strength in your soul even when you can't. I see the beauty in your fight, the resilience in your tears, the hope still flickering beneath your fear. And I am not giving up on you, ever. Even if the world forgets you, even if friends fail you, even if your own heart turns cold, I will not let go. This love I have for you is not temporary. It's not conditional. It's eternal. It is the only constant in a world full of uncertainty. So pause now. Breathe. Let this be the moment where something begins to shift in you. You don't need to figure everything out. You just need to be here. Be still. Let my presence find you. I'm not finished with your story. In fact, some of the most beautiful chapters are just about to begin. So don't turn away. Don't close your heart again. Let my voice become louder than your fears. Let my light break through the shadows you've been living in. There's more for you. There's hope. There's healing. There's love deeper than anything this world can offer. And it's calling your name right now. You've walked through fire, my child. Not the kind that scorches the skin, but the kind that burns silently inside. The fire of heartbreak, disappointment, and unanswered questions. You've smiled in front of others while your soul ached in the quiet moments. I know the effort it takes to keep going when it feels like no one notices your pain. But I do. I've been with you through every invisible battle. You didn't survive by accident. Carried you. You wonder sometimes if you're still on the right path, if you've taken too many wrong turns to get back to where you're meant to be. But listen to me, your story isn't ruined. What you see as detours, I use as divine direction. What feels like delay is often my protection. I am the God who makes beauty from ashes, who turns pain into purpose, who writes miracles into the margins of brokenness. Your journey isn't behind schedule. It's right on time. You don't need to perform for me. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to be real. Come to me honestly with your doubts, your anger, your questions. I'm not intimidated by your mess. I'm drawn to it. My grace flows to the lowest places, and my power is made perfect in your weakness. Don't be afraid to bring me your whole heart, even the parts you've hidden from yourself. There's nothing in you I haven't seen, and yet my love for you has never wavered. Not for a second. You've felt forgotten, like your prayers went unanswered, and your hopes unanswered longer than your heart could bear. But I was listening. I was working even in the silence. You see, I don't operate on your timeline because I'm preparing something greater than what you asked for. When you thought nothing was happening, I was laying foundations under the surface, building strength in your spirit and courage in your soul. And now things are shifting, quietly but powerfully. You're not stuck, you're being positioned. My child, your worth is not determined by how others treat you or how often you succeed. Your identity isn't defined by failure or shame. You are not what happened to you. You are not your past. You are who I say you are, loved, chosen, redeemed. And nothing you've lost can outweigh what I'm about to bring into your life. You've mourned what slipped through your fingers. But get ready, new blessings are forming even now. Blessings you never thought possible. I'm not recycling your old dreams. I'm giving you new ones, greater ones, and I will walk with you until they are fulfilled. There is power in your surrender. When you lay down your fears, I lift you higher. When you choose to trust me instead of controlling everything yourself, I open doors no one else could open. I don't need your perfection. I want your permission to work miracles through you. If only you could see the angels I've assigned to protect you, the battles I've fought on your behalf, the future I've already prepared. If only you knew how proud I am of your resilience, your courage to rise after every fall. Your tears speak a language only I understand, and every time they fall, they move my heart. Don't measure your strength by how much you can handle alone. True strength is knowing when to lean on me, when to fall into my arms and say, I can't do this by myself anymore. That moment of surrender is not weakness. It's the gateway to victory. It's where I step in and do what only I can do. And I promise you this, I will not fail you. Not now. Not ever. Others might have turned away when you were no longer useful to them. They left when your light dimmed. But I never walked away. Even when your faith faded, I stayed. Even when you forgot me, I remembered you. Even when your heart was too tired to pray, my spirit was still interceding for you. You don't have to earn my presence. I am with you because I chose to be. Not because you performed well, but because I love you unconditionally. Don't be afraid of what's ahead. Yes, new challenges will come, but so will new strength. Don't let the fear of failure hold you hostage anymore. You've lived long enough under the weight of what if. It's time to start walking with the confidence of even if. Even if things don't go as planned, I'll still be with you. Even if the world says no, my promise still says yes. Even if it gets hard, you will not be alone. And in that confidence, you will find peace. Not a peace the world gives, but the peace I give, which passes all understanding. You're not just surviving anymore. You're being prepared to thrive. You're being shaped into someone who reflects my glory. someone whose presence brings hope, whose life speaks truth, whose spirit carries light into dark places. The healing you're experiencing now isn't only for you. It's for everyone you'll touch with your testimony. Your story, with all its broken pieces, is about to become someone else's breakthrough. So rise. Rise from the ashes of fear. Rise from the dust of regret. Rise, not because you're ready, but because I'm calling you. And when I call, I also equip. Everything you need is already inside you. I planted it there before you ever cried your first tear. And I am faithful to complete what I began in you. You are not a project. You are a promise. And I never break my promises. You've asked for clarity, for signs, for some kind of certainty to light your way. I know how confusing it can feel to walk forward when the road is foggy and quiet. You've waited for direction, for confirmation, for someone to simply say, "This is the way." And here I am, speaking into your heart, not with thunder or lightning, but with the steady voice of peace. This is the way. Keep walking. I'm not leading you to confusion. I'm leading you to purpose. The fear that has whispered lies into your soul. The fear that told you you're not enough, that you're too late, that you missed your moment. That fear is not your companion anymore. I've broken its grip. I've called you into freedom, not hesitation. Your life is not defined by delay. Your life is shaped by destiny. And destiny doesn't depend on perfect conditions. It depends on your willingness to trust. You don't have to see the whole picture to take the next step. You just need to hold my hand and move forward in faith. There are things I'm doing behind the scenes that would overwhelm you if you saw them all at once. That's why I reveal them slowly, one piece at a time, because I care for you deeply. I want you to grow strong, not just survive. I want you to become a living testimony of what my grace can do. So don't despise small beginnings. Don't dismiss days that feel ordinary. Every day you remain faithful, you're building something eternal. You're sowing seeds that will one day burst into bloom in ways you never imagined. My child, it's time to stop rehearsing your failures in your mind. That chapter is over. You've been forgiven. You've been washed clean. You've been set free. Stop clinging to what I've already released. Let go of the guilt that doesn't belong to you anymore. The enemy wants to keep you tethered to your shame so you won't walk into your calling. But I say you are free. You are loved. You are chosen. And I'm proud of you for not giving up. When others didn't see your pain, I did. When they turned away, I stayed. When they questioned your worth, I confirmed it. I don't love you because of your potential. I love you because of your existence. You are enough simply because you're mine. And though your progress may feel slow, I'm not measuring you by speed. I'm watching your heart. And your heart is growing stronger every day, whether you see it or not. There are doors I'm preparing to open for you. Doors no man can shut. These are not rewards for perfection. They are gifts of grace. They will come not because you earned them, but because you trusted me when everything inside you told you to quit. I honor faithfulness, not performance. I see your secret moments of worship, your quiet prayers when no one's watching, your obedience in the small things. I'm not just in the miracles. I'm in the mundane. I'm in the quiet. I'm in the waiting. Stop comparing your journey to others. Their blessings are not your competition. What I've planned for you is tailor-made, crafted by my own hands. Your calling is not behind you, it's ahead. Don't be distracted by how far others seem to be. Focus on the path I've placed beneath your feet. Walk it with confidence. And remember, I never asked you to run alone. I walk with you step by step, day by day. You're not who you used to be. You may not feel it yet, but you are being transformed. Bit by bit, layer by layer. I'm healing old wounds, tearing down false beliefs, replacing shame with strength. Your mind is being renewed, your spirit awakened, your heart softened to love again. There's no part of you I cannot restore. There's no dream too broken to redeem. You think it's too late, but I say it's just the beginning. Even now, while you read these words, something within you is stirring. A hope that refuses to die. That's me. I placed that hope in you long ago, and I've protected it through every storm, every betrayal, every setback. Others tried to extinguish it, but I've kept it alive, breathing over it when the world tried to suffocate it. It still burns because I will not let it go out. You were created for more than just survival. You were made to shine. So breathe. Slow down. Trust that I know what I'm doing in your life. Don't rush the process. I'm more concerned with your foundation than your speed. I'm anchoring your soul in truth so that when the winds blow, and they will, you won't be shaken. My promises are not fragile. My love for you doesn't waver with your emotions. I am constant. I am faithful. And I am right here. Let this be the moment you believe it. Not just with your mind, but with your soul. Let this be the hour you stop running and start receiving. You don't need to earn my attention. You already have it. You don't need to qualify for my affection. You've had it from the beginning. My grace is here, stronger than your weakness, deeper than your doubt, more patient than your questions. And I will finish what I started in you. There have been moments when you felt like disappearing, when the noise of the world, the pressure of expectations, the ache of disappointment made you want to retreat into silence. I know those moments well. I was there when you whispered in the dark, "Is this all there is?" I heard your heart before your voice even formed the words. And I want you to know, I never left. Not once. I stood beside you even when you thought no one saw. I stayed when you didn't feel worthy of being seen. The world taught you to hide your scars, to bury your battles, to pretend you're okay when your soul is unraveling. But I see what others don't. I see the pain behind your smile, the strength behind your silence, the courage it takes to face another day. And I want you to know this, your vulnerability does not make you weak. It makes you real. And being real with me is the first step toward freedom. You don't have to pretend with me. You never did. I'm not waiting for a more polished version of you to show up. I'm speaking to the you who's here now, tired, tender, questioning. I want that version of you. I delight in that version of you. My love isn't reserved for the moments when you have it all together. It's poured out fully in the mess, in the confusion, in the aching middle. I'm not loving the future version of you. I'm loving you now, fully, completely, eternally. You keep wondering if your life is really making a difference. You look at your reflection and ask, does any of this matter? And my answer is yes. It matters to me. The choices you make in quiet obedience, the love you offer when you're running on empty, the faith you cling to when everything seems to fall apart. It all matters. Heaven sees what earth often overlooks. Nothing you do in love is ever wasted. I've counted every step you've taken, even the ones that led you in circles. I've captured every tear you've cried, even the ones that fell silently on your pillow. I've memorized your voice, your laughter, your sighs. You are not a number in a crowd. You are my beloved, and I have carved your name on the palm of my hand. I watch over you as a shepherd watches his sheep, not with distant duty, but with deep devotion. You are not forgotten. You never were. My child, do you know how proud I am of you? Not because of your achievements or your strength, but because you keep showing up. You keep choosing hope over despair, light over darkness, trust over fear. Even on the days you feel like quitting, you reach for me. And that is holy. That is powerful. That is what moves my heart. Stop defining your progress by what others see. Your breakthrough is not always visible. Sometimes it looks like taking a breath instead of breaking down. Sometimes it's simply choosing to get out of bed, to forgive again, to keep praying even when it feels like silence. Those things matter to me. I am shaping you in those moments, molding you like clay, gently and intentionally, with the hands of a father who knows exactly what you're becoming. You were never meant to carry all this alone. That weariness you feel, it's a signal, not a failure. It's me inviting you to rest. Not just physical rest, but soul rest. Rest from striving, from proving, from pretending. I never asked you to carry the world. I asked you to walk with me. And when you walk with me, you find that your steps are lighter, your heart steadier, your spirit stronger. Not because the load is gone, but because I'm carrying it with you. Yes, the storms still come, but you don't face them alone. You walk with the one who commands the wind and speaks peace to the waves. I won't always calm the storm around you, but I will always calm the storm within you. And that peace, the kind that makes no sense to the world, is yours to hold, not borrow, not earn, but hold. It is my gift to you. Do not be discouraged by the slow seasons. You are not behind. You are being refined. Every delay, every detour, every unanswered prayer is not a sign that I've forgotten you. It's evidence that I'm preparing you for something bigger, for something deeper, for something better. You are not just waiting, you are growing. You are not just enduring, you are being equipped. So stop chasing the version of success the world praises. What I call success looks different. It looks like faithfulness, like kindness, like forgiving when it's hard, like standing firm in the middle of uncertainty. The world celebrates noise and speed. I celebrate quiet trust and steady obedience. And you, my child, are succeeding more than you know. Let my voice drown out the critics in your mind. Let my truth wash over the lies you've believed. Let my grace be louder than the guilt you carry. I'm not keeping a record of your wrongs. I'm writing a story of redemption. And your story is not over. In fact, this is the chapter where things begin to change. You won't always feel stuck. You won't always feel lost. This desert you're walking through now is not your final destination. It's the path to something sacred. I'm calling you into deeper trust. Not blind belief, but the kind that grows from knowing my heart. You've seen glimpses of my goodness before. Now I want to show you even more. Trust me not because everything is easy, but because you've learned that I am faithful even when it's not. Trust me when it hurts. Trust me when it's quiet. Trust me when nothing makes sense. That kind of trust moves mountains. I love you, more than you can understand, more than words can capture, more than the deepest part of your heart has ever hoped for. You don't have to earn it. You just have to receive it. And when you do, when you finally let yourself be loved the way I've always wanted to love you, that's when the real transformation begins. That's when the healing starts. That's when the joy returns. You've spent so much time holding everything together. Smiling when you wanted to cry, being strong when your strength was gone, showing up when all you wanted to do was disappear. And I've seen it all. Not one effort went unnoticed. Not one moment of silent endurance was wasted. You think no one understands what you carry, but I do. I felt the weight with you. I've stood in the shadows with you. I've wrapped my arms around you in ways you couldn't see, but always felt. I know how exhausting it is to keep believing when nothing seems to change. I know how lonely it feels to be the one who always stays faithful while others walk away. I see how you hold on when hope feels thin. And today, I want to say this clearly. You are not forgotten. I'm not just aware of your struggles. I'm deeply involved in them. I am not watching from a distance. I am here in the middle of it all, still working, still speaking, still moving. You may not recognize the progress, but you've changed. You're stronger than you realize. Your roots have grown deeper in the silence. Your faith has been tested and it's holding. The things that used to shake you don't move you like they used to. The pain that once made you question my love now drives you deeper into it. You've grown, not in the ways the world measures, but in the ways that matter most to me. And I'm proud of you for that. Don't underestimate how far you've come just because you're not yet where you want to be. You are further than you think. You are closer than you know. The breakthroughs you've prayed for are not behind walls, they're behind doors, and I hold the keys. What I've promised you, I will fulfill. And even when it looks like nothing is happening, I'm orchestrating everything. I'm aligning hearts, opening paths, softening souls, preparing circumstances. Also that when the moment arrives, it won't just be an answer. It'll be a miracle. My timing may test your patience, but it never fails. Every second I ask you to wait is building something eternal within you. You are learning to trust not just my hand, but my heart. You're learning to rely on more than signs. You're leaning into my character. And that kind of faith is unshakable. That kind of trust will carry you through storms and deserts, through valleys and mountaintops. That kind of trust will make you fearless. You may feel surrounded, but you are not defeated. You may feel outnumbered, but you are not alone. My angels are encamped around you. My spirit is within you. My promise goes before you, and my love surrounds you like a shield. I'm not just your comforter in sorrow. I'm your defender in battle. I fight for you even when you don't see the war. I speak for you even when your voice trembles. I am your advocate, your covering, your fortress, your peace. Lift your head, beloved. I didn't place you on this earth to live in fear. I didn't call you to merely survive. I've chosen you to shine. I've anointed you with a purpose greater than your pain. You were made to carry my presence, to reflect my heart, to bring hope into dark places. You are the light of the world not because you never feel darkness, but because you carry the one who overcomes it. Don't shrink to fit what others expect. Don't dull your light to make others comfortable. Don't hold your tongue when I've placed a word in your heart. You are not here to blend in. You are here to bring life, to speak peace, to release heaven on earth with every act of love, every step of faith, every word of truth. And yes, there will be resistance. Yes, some will misunderstand you, but my approval is enough. My presence is enough. I am enough, and I want to remind you of this again and again. I'm not disappointed in you. I'm not shaking my head in disapproval. I'm not waiting for you to mess up. I am cheering for you. I am singing over you. I am celebrating every small step you take toward me. You are not a failure. You are not a burden. You are not too broken. You are beloved. You are becoming. You are mine. When the enemy whispers lies, when shame tries to creep in, when doubt clouds your view, return to my voice. Come back to this moment. Remember what I've said. My word is your anchor. My love is your home. And my presence is your shelter. I don't expect you to be perfect. I only ask that you stay close. You don't have to run this race alone. You don't have to climb every mountain in one day. Just walk with me, one step, one breath, one moment at a time. And in every moment, I'll be here, whispering strength, pouring peace, holding your hand, guiding your heart, healing your wounds, writing a new chapter, and lifting your head to see what I see in you. My child, my vessel, my warrior, my delight. You've carried so much on your shoulders, haven't you? Quiet burdens that nobody sees, responsibilities that wear on your spirit, fears you try to silence with busyness, with distractions, with strength you can barely maintain. But I see past it all. I see the part of you that longs to breathe deeply, to rest completely, to live freely without the constant pressure of holding everything together. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to carry this alone anymore. I know how hard it's been to keep believing when the silence stretches longer than expected, when the answers don't come in the way you hoped, when others tell you to give up or move on, but something inside you still holds on. That something, that flicker of hope, is me. It's my spirit inside you, refusing to let your soul surrender. You don't need to understand everything. You just need to believe that I haven't changed, and I never will. You've wondered why the battle has lasted this long. You've asked why I allow you to struggle, to weep, to wait. And while some answers may not come now, I promise you this. I never waste pain. I never allow suffering without shaping something sacred through it. Your tears are not signs of weakness. They are evidence that your heart is still soft, still open, still alive. I'm using every trial to forge something eternal in you. Faith that cannot be stolen. Wisdom that cannot be bought. Peace that cannot be shaken. Let go of the fear that tells you you're falling behind. You are not late. You are not disqualified. You haven't missed your moment. What I've ordained for you cannot be stolen, delayed, or denied by anyone, not even by your own doubts. I am sovereign over time, and I make all things beautiful in their season. Trust that your season is coming. Trust that even now it's already beginning. Do not believe the lie that says you must earn my love, that you have to be perfect to be used by me. I've chosen you in your weakness because my strength is made perfect there. I don't look for flawless people, I look for willing hearts. And your heart, even with its cracks and scars, is precious to me. It's not your talent that moves heaven. It's your surrender. It's not your reputation that invites my favor. It's your humility, and I see both growing in you. Every morning you wake up and choose to believe again, you're growing. Every time you choose to forgive instead of resent, you're healing. Every time you pray instead of panic, you're advancing. I am not measuring your success by the applause of others. I'm looking at your faithfulness in the hidden place, where no one sees but me. And I'm proud of you, so proud of how far you've come, even when you think you've made little progress. I know the cost of each step. I felt it with you. Let my voice quiet the chaos in your mind. Let my words silence the self-doubt. I'm not interested in reminding you of your failures. I'm here to remind you of your identity. My child, my masterpiece, my beloved. You were never meant to blend into this world. I set you apart for something higher, something eternal. You were born for more than just getting by. You were created to carry glory, to reveal my love through your life. And yes, there will be moments when your knees shake, when your heart races, when fear creeps in again. But you don't have to face it alone. My spirit is within you. My peace is your weapon. My truth is your anchor. And my promise to you stands unbroken. I will never leave you. I will never turn away. I will never stop loving you. Not for a second. Lift your eyes to the hills. Lift your heart beyond the sorrow. You're not buried, you're being planted. And where there's planting, there will be harvest. You may not see the fruit yet, but it's coming. Keep watering with faith. Keep tending the soil with hope. I've placed seeds of destiny in you, and no storm can stop them from breaking through. Trust the process. Trust the seasons. Trust the one who never fails. You were never expected to be perfect, only to stay close. I'm not just walking beside you in the sunshine. I'm holding you through the storms. And when you feel like you're falling, I'm the one catching you. I don't let go. I never did. Even when you pushed me away, I stayed near. Even when you questioned me, I kept believing in you. My faith in your future is bigger than your fear of failure. That's why I keep calling you forward. Come back to the place where you first believed. Come back to the altar of childlike trust. I haven't changed. I still heal. I still restore. I still provide. I still guide. And I still love you with the same fierce, eternal love that brought you into existence. Let that love be your home again. Stop fighting battles you were never meant to fight alone. Let me lead. Let me defend. Let me bless you not just with things, but with peace, with direction, with purpose. I know what you need more than you do. And I'm not just planning to get you through. I'm planning to make your life radiant. Your life will be a story of redemption, of transformation, of hope restored. This is not the end. This is not even the middle. This is the moment you rise. The moment you remember who you are and who I am. The moment where everything changes, not because your circumstances shift instantly, but because your heart does. Because faith ignites again. Because trust deepens. Because love wins. You've lived long enough in survival mode, waiting for life to ease up, hoping the storm would pass, holding your breath as you push through the pain. But now I am calling you into something greater. Not just to survive, but to live. Not just to breathe, but to thrive. There is more. There is so much more for you, and I want you to see it not as a distant dream, but as a present promise. You were never meant to stay in the wilderness. The journey was meant to strengthen you, not define you. Look at how far you've come. Look at the battles you've overcome, the valleys you've walked through, the nights you didn't think you'd make it past. You're still here, and you're not just here, you're growing. Your heart is still capable of hope. Your soul is still reaching upward. That alone is a miracle. Do not let disappointment cloud your vision. I am still the same God who parts seas, who heals wounds, who makes dead things live again. You may not feel brave, but the fact that you keep walking forward is the very definition of courage. You may not feel strong, but every moment you choose faith over fear is a victory in heaven's eyes. I'm not asking you to pretend. I'm asking you to persist. Don't stop now. Don't give in to the pressure of this world that tells you your worth lies in what you achieve. Your worth is found in me, and that worth is unshakable. You are not what others say about you. You are not the names they've called you. You are not the sum of your mistakes, nor the voice of your insecurities. You are who I say you are, and I say you are chosen. You are loved. You are mine. I crafted you with intention, with purpose, with power. Your personality, your passions, your very presence on this earth. It all matters. It is not random. You are here for such a time as this. And no, you don't have to have it all figured out to be used by me. I've used stammering lips to speak truth, broken hearts to pour out compassion, weary souls to carry light. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for surrender. And when you give me your life, with all its cracks and uncertainties, I fill it with something glorious, something eternal, something that can never be taken away. Stop waiting until you feel ready. I don't call the qualified, I qualify the called. And you, my child, are called. Not just to sit and wait, but to move, to speak, to serve, to shine. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. I can redeem them. Don't fear rejection. I will accept you. Don't fear falling. I will catch you every time. What you see as limits, I see as starting points for miracles. And if I am with you, and I always am, what can stand against you? Let go of what they said about you. Let go of the words that wounded. I know you've carried them like invisible scars, pretending they don't still sting. But I want to speak a louder word over you now. One that silences shame and breaks every chain. You are not too much. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. You are my delight, my treasure, my joy. Let that truth take root in you until it reshapes every thought, every fear, every insecurity. This world will try to redefine you, to mold you into something easier to accept. But I didn't create you to blend in. I created you to stand out, not with arrogance, but with authenticity. To carry my presence, to speak my truth, to love like I love. And I know you've been hurt by people who claim to speak for me. I know you've seen religion twisted into something cold and harsh. But that is not who I am. I am gentle. I am just. I am kind. I am close. My child, I am not interested in performances. I want your heart, not the polished version, not the rehearsed version, the real you. That's where I begin my greatest work, at the point of your honest surrender. I already know everything about you, and I'm still here, still calling, still loving, still planning great and beautiful things for your life. I want to restore your passion, not the noisy kind that burns out quickly, but the steady flame that cannot be extinguished. I want to awaken your dreams, not the ones shaped by fear or comparison, but the ones I whispered into your soul before the world could touch them. I want to rebuild your faith, not with shaky emotion, but with unshakable truth that carries you through every storm. So come, just as you are. Come with your questions, your past, your doubt, your desire. Come with your broken pieces and your quiet prayers. I'm not asking for perfection. I'm offering presence. The kind of presence that brings clarity where there was confusion, healing where there was pain, peace where there was chaos. You don't have to fix yourself first. You just have to say yes. Say yes to the process. Yes to the invitation. Yes to the life I've prepared for you. Because, beloved, this isn't the end of your story. This is the moment the next chapter begins. One full of grace, power, healing, and unshakable purpose. Let's walk it together. You've walked through enough shadow to recognize the light when it breaks in. You've tasted the bitterness of sorrow, and now you're ready for joy. Not the fleeting kind that depends on circumstances, but the kind that wells up from deep within, even in the middle of uncertainty. That joy is yours, not because you've earned it, but because I've promised it. You've carried sadness long enough. It's time to trade it for strength. It's time to rise, not just in body, but in spirit. I know how long you've waited to feel peace again, to rest, truly rest, without the worry that something will fall apart the moment you stop trying to hold everything together. But peace doesn't come from control. It comes from surrender. And I know that's hard. I know you've been hurt when you let your guard down before, but I'm not like the ones who walked away. I will not leave you. I will not misuse your trust. I am the one who holds you together when everything else falls apart. The world taught you to protect yourself at all costs, to build walls around your heart, to expect disappointment. But I'm here to dismantle those lies gently, brick by brick, until your heart breathes again, until you live again. You were never created to live in fear. You were created to dwell in love. My love, the kind of love that restores what was stolen, that repairs what was broken, that reawakens what life tried to bury. Let me be your safe place. Not a theory, not a Sunday routine, a real presence, a constant companion. I'm not impressed by religious habits. I long for real relationship, the kind where you talk to me when you're angry, when you're tired, when you're full of doubt, the kind where you don't hide. I never asked you to come cleaned up. I just asked you to come. You can bring it all to me, your regrets, your confusion, your desires, your sin. I won't push you away. I'll meet you there, in the mess, in the middle, and I'll begin the restoration you thought was impossible. Nothing about you scares me. Nothing surprises me. I knew what I was getting when I chose you, and I still choose you, again and again. You don't have to fight for my attention. You already have it. You don't need to beg for my love. You're already bathed in it. My grace doesn't run dry. My patience doesn't wear thin. I am not like others. I am not limited. I am God, and I am your Father, your friend, your strength, your healer. I see the places in you that no one else notices, and I call them beautiful, worthy, redeemable. I see the seed of destiny in you, and I am watering it with my own hands. Even when you're weary, I'm working. Even when you doubt, I remain faithful. Even when you feel stuck, I am moving things forward for your good. I'm not waiting for the perfect version of your story to begin blessing you. I'm blessing you in the middle of the mess. That's what grace is. Undeserved, unearned, and yet fully poured out. That's how I love. Not in pieces but fully. Not temporarily but eternally. You may be surrounded by reasons to give up, but look closer. You're also surrounded by evidence of my faithfulness. The breath in your lungs. The hope that still flickers. The strength that got you this far. Those are signs that I am with you, that I have more for you, that your story isn't ending. It's just entering a deeper chapter. I want you to believe again, but not like before. This time, I want you to believe as someone who's been through the fire and still trusts that something beautiful can rise from the ashes. I want you to believe not because things are perfect, but because you've come to know my heart in the middle of imperfection. I want your faith to be rooted in love, not fear. In closeness, not distance. In relationship, not rules. There are places I want to take you. Places of healing, of renewal, of boldness. You've played small long enough. You've believed lies long enough. You've hidden long enough. It's time. Time to see yourself as I see you. Time to live free. Time to let go of guilt and wear my righteousness like a garment that fits you perfectly. Time to let me carry you when the road gets steep. The promises I've spoken over your life still stand. They didn't expire with your last failure. They didn't disappear with the last door that closed. My words are eternal. My will is unstoppable. And my love for you is unbreakable. It's not too late. It's never too late with me. I specialize in restoration, in redemption, in new beginnings. So breathe, child. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't need to be strong all the time. You're allowed to fall apart in my presence, because I'll put you back together better than before. You're allowed to dream again, to hope again, to love again. Nothing is wasted in my hands. Nothing is too broken to be used. You are not behind, you're right on time. You're not lost, you're held. Let me take the lead now. Let me show you what it means to walk with confidence. Not because of who you are on your own, but because of who you are with me. You and I, we're not finished yet. You have no idea the beauty I'm still going to bring from your story. Keep trusting. Keep walking. Keep coming back to my voice. I've never stopped speaking. There is a stirring inside you that you can't quite explain. A sense that you were made for more, that your life carries a weight beyond the routine, a purpose that stretches beyond survival. That feeling is not your imagination. It is my whisper. I placed it there. That hunger for meaning, for impact, for truth. It's the echo of heaven within you. You are not here by accident. You are not just passing through this world. You were sent. You were placed. You were chosen. Long before you drew your first breath, I was dreaming over you. My plans for you are not vague or uncertain. They are precise, intentional, and good. You may not see the full picture yet, but I do. I always have. And even when you veered off course, even when you made choices that led you away from peace, I never stopped working to bring you back to the path I created for you. Nothing you've done can cancel my calling. No failure can erase your purpose. It still stands. I don't see you through the lens of your past. I see you through the promise of who you are becoming. And what I see is beautiful, courageous, capable, holy. You've walked through darkness and still carried light. You've battled doubt and still whispered hope. That is power. That is faith. That is why I've set my hand upon your life. Because even when you didn't feel worthy, you still chose to look up. That look, full of pain maybe, but also full of longing, reached my heart. You ask me what you're meant to do. You wonder what your purpose is. And while the details may unfold slowly, let me be clear about one thing. You were made to know me, to walk with me, to live with me, not just in moments of crisis, but in the flow of everyday life. You were made to carry my presence, not just visit it. Your calling is not about a title or platform. It's about obedience, surrender, trust, love. Every time you choose to forgive, you fulfill your purpose. Every time you speak life into someone's pain, you are doing my work. Every time you act with integrity when no one's watching, you are revealing my character. This is where it begins, not in the spotlight, but in the quiet choices. I see all of them. I smile over all of them. And soon, the world will begin to see what I've been growing in you during the hidden seasons. You thought no one noticed your faithfulness, but I have been watching. And now comes the unveiling, not to make you famous, but to make me known through you, to reveal my glory through your humility, to speak through your voice, to love through your hands. I'm raising you up, not to elevate your name, but to fulfill your mission. But it will require trust, deeper trust than you've known before. It will require laying down old identities and picking up the one I've always had for you. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not disqualified. You are not invisible. You are a carrier of light in a world that is desperate for it. And you don't need to wait for things to get easier to begin walking in purpose. Start now, with what you have, where you are. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You just need to be willing to believe again, willing to risk hope, willing to step out even when your knees shake. I will steady you. I will guide your every step. And when the world resists you, and it will, remember that my approval outweighs all rejection. I will surround you with grace. I will defend you with truth. I will empower you with my spirit. There is a boldness rising in you, not the loud kind that demands attention, but the holy kind that cannot be silenced. You don't need to shout to be heard. You just need to speak what I place on your heart. And I will anoint your words. I will breathe through your actions. I will use your story to awaken faith in others. The very things you thought disqualified you will become the proof of my mercy. Your scars will become your testimony. Your struggle will become someone else's strength. You've been afraid to believe fully, afraid to dream again, afraid to open your heart wide. But what if the greatest risk is not trying and failing, but never stepping into what you were born for? I am calling you deeper, not into busyness, but into boldness, not into pressure, but into peace, not into striving, but into surrender. This is your moment, child. The world may not notice the shift, but heaven does. All of heaven celebrates when one of mine stands and says, I will go, I will believe, I will follow. You are not a background character in this life. You are a key part of my plan to bring light to the darkness. I've placed you exactly where you are for a reason, and I am opening doors before you, doors no man can shut. Walk through them, not in fear, but in faith, not in pride, but in power. I walk with you. I go before you. I prepare the way. You are not who you used to be. You are who I say you are. And I say you are strong. You are free. You are anointed. You are ready. You've been walking through seasons that stretched your soul. Times that tested everything you believed. Every promise you held onto. Every word you once received. And yet here you are. Still standing. Still seeking. Still hoping. That is no small thing. It is evidence of the fire within you. a fire I started and have never let die. Even when the winds blew strong, even when the silence grew louder than your prayers, I kept it burning. Because I'm not finished with you, not even close. You may feel worn down, but I see a warrior. You may feel tired, but I see someone who didn't quit. You may feel unsure, but I see a soul growing braver each day. You've come through battles that could have broken you, and yet your heart remains tender. That is strength. That is holiness. That is what I can use to change the world. Don't minimize your journey. Don't call it nothing just because the world didn't applaud it. I celebrate every moment you chose kindness when anger was easier. Every time you forgave instead of getting even. Every day you held on to me when it would have been simpler to walk away. Those moments matter. They shape eternity. They've been building something powerful inside you, even when you didn't see it. Now, it's time to live like someone who is deeply loved, completely called, and fully equipped. Not because of your credentials, but because of your connection to me. You don't need to prove your worth. I already settled that when I called you mine. You don't need to impress me. You already delight me. Your presence is enough. Your heart is what I seek. And when your heart aligns with mine, there is nothing we cannot do together. You've questioned if you're truly ready. You've doubted your voice, your value, your impact. But let me speak over every fear right now. Yes, you are ready. Because readiness isn't about having all the answers. It's about having the willingness to trust me anyway. It's about saying yes even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's uncertain. You bring me your faith, and I'll supply the rest. There is territory I've assigned to you. Spaces only you can fill, people only you can reach, words only you can speak. Not because you're better than others, but because you're uniquely crafted by my design. Every gift, every wound, every lesson has prepared you for this. You are not just part of my plan, you are my plan. You are my response to a hurting world. And your obedience, quiet, consistent, bold, will unlock doors for generations to come. You may feel small at times, but never mistake small for insignificant. I work through mustard seeds. I part seas with lifted staffs. I move mountains with whispers of faith. What you offer, I multiply. What you surrender, I sanctify. When you say yes, I unleash heaven. So step forward. You're not walking into the unknown alone. You're walking with me. I've gone ahead. I've made a way. I've lit the path. It won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. And when you stumble, and you will, I will pick you up, not with shame, but with tenderness. I don't keep score of your missteps. I keep covenant. I remain faithful. Lift your eyes. See what I see. You are not bound by the opinions of others. You are not trapped by your past. You are not limited by your current circumstances. You are free, truly free, and it's time you walked like it. You don't need to shrink back when others misunderstand you. You don't need to silence your voice when the world grows loud. You were born to stand, born to shine, born to lead with love. Let me be your confidence. Not your past, not your possessions, not even your performance. Just me. I'm enough. I've always been enough. And because I am in you, you are enough. You lack nothing. Everything you need, I have already provided or will provide in perfect time. You don't have to chase anything. Just walk with me. And as you do, watch doors open. Watch hearts shift. Watch miracles unfold. Through you. You see, you were never forgotten. Never overlooked. Never abandoned. You were always part of my heart. My plan. My story. And now your chapter turns. Into light. Into strength. Into fullness. There's so much more ahead. More than you've dared to ask for. More than you thought possible. But I'm not limited by your imagination. I'm the God of the impossible. So rest, child. Rest in knowing you are right where I need you. Rest in the peace that comes from trusting me. Rest in the assurance that I am holding it all, your past, your present, your future. And as you rest, you'll rise. You'll walk taller, love deeper, speak clearer, dream wider. You are not just walking with me, you are being led by me. And I lead well. There's a reason you're still standing. A reason your heart still beats with hope, even after all you've endured. is because I've held you through every storm. You didn't survive by your strength alone. I carried you, even when you didn't know it. And now, I'm not just calling you to survive. I'm calling you to live, really live, to step into the fullness I've always had in mind for you. You've spent too long asking if you're enough, wondering if your past disqualifies you, measuring your worth by how others see you, or by how much you've achieved. But none of that defines you. I define you, and I say you are chosen, you are cherished, you are called. I say you are enough, not because you've done everything right, but because you are mine. You don't have to keep earning what I've already given. My grace is not a reward for performance. It's a gift freely given, fully yours. You can stop striving now. You can stop trying to prove yourself. Come rest in the truth that my love doesn't change. Not on your best days, not on your worst. My love is steady. It is strong. It is yours. And now, I want you to see what I see when I look at you. I don't see failure. I see courage. I don't see mistakes. I see progress. I don't see weakness. I see a heart that keeps saying yes, even when it's hard. I don't see someone who's missed their chance. I see someone who's just beginning to discover who they really are in me. You've held back out of fear, afraid of being hurt again, afraid of being wrong, afraid of being disappointed. But I'm not like the others. I won't let you down. I won't walk away. I won't love you less when you struggle. My love is not fragile. It's not based on feelings or circumstances. It is eternal, and it is anchored in truth. You've been listening to too many voices that aren't mine, voices that shame, that accuse, that belittle. But listen now to the only voice that truly matters. Mine. And this is what I say to you. You are free. Free from condemnation. Free from fear. Free from the lie that says you're too far gone. I have called you by name. You are mine. And nothing can separate you from my love. You keep waiting for the right moment to begin again. But the moment is now. This is your time to rise. Not in pride, but in purpose. Not in your own strength, but in mine. I have already gone before you. I have already cleared the way. And though the path may not be easy, it will be worth it. You will not walk it alone. I will be with you every step, guiding, strengthening, healing, providing. Your past may have been filled with battles, but your future is bursting with blessing. What the enemy meant to destroy you, I will use to display my glory. What was meant to break you, I will use to build you. Nothing will be wasted. Not one tear, not one setback, not one season of silence. I redeem it all. I restore what was lost. I renew what was fading. I resurrect what seemed dead. I'm awakening something new in you now. A new joy, a deeper peace, a sharper clarity. Your soul is beginning to breathe again. Your heart is beginning to hope again. This is not wishful thinking. It's the beginning of transformation. Not because you've figured everything out, but because you're finally letting go. Letting go of control. Letting go of fear. Letting go of the burden you were never meant to carry. I'm not calling you to a life of pressure. I'm calling you to a life of purpose. You were created to be a light in dark places, a voice of truth in a world of noise, a carrier of peace in the midst of chaos. You don't have to do it all. You just have to stay close to me. I will give you what you need when you need it. My grace is not limited. My power is not short. My plans for you are still in motion. There is a reason your heart still beats. There is a reason you wake up every day with a longing for more. It's me calling you deeper, deeper into relationship, deeper into trust, deeper into the life I've written for you. You don't need to understand it all to begin. You just need to say yes. Yes to the healing. Yes to the process. Yes to the quiet places where no one sees but I do. Yes to the purpose I've prepared. Yes to the love you feared wasn't really for you. Yes to the future that still holds promise. Yes to me. So come. Let go of what holds you back. Lay down the weight. Lift your eyes. I have not forgotten you. I have not given up on you. I am still writing your story. And I promise you the best chapters are still ahead. You were not created to walk through this life unnoticed. You were not born to simply pass time, to drift through days chasing comfort or approval. You were made to shine, to carry something eternal, to shift the atmosphere wherever you go, not by trying harder, but by being who I created you to be. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs your authenticity, your voice, your heart, your fire. You've asked me, what difference can I make? And I say, more than you know. You underestimate what happens when someone walks in my name, clothed in humility, rooted in truth, filled with love. You think power looks like loudness, but I've shown you again and again. The most powerful things move in quiet obedience, in compassion that doesn't need an audience, in prayers whispered behind closed doors. These are the moments that shift eternity. And you, beloved, are full of moments like that. You've given when it hurt. You've stayed when others ran. You've prayed when the answers didn't come. You've forgiven when no apology arrived. That's strength. That's faith. That's light. And the world desperately needs it. But first, you need to see what I see in you. Stop rehearsing your failures. Stop clinging to who you used to be. I didn't save you to keep you in chains of shame and fear. I saved you so you could walk free and bring others with you. I've set you apart not to isolate you, but to empower you. You were made to live differently, think differently, love differently. You carry my spirit now. That's not a small thing. That's not symbolic. It's real. It's active. It means you can speak life where there's been silence. It means you can stand in the middle of storms and remain unshaken. It means that everywhere you go, you carry healing in your words, peace in your presence, and power in your prayers. Not because you're perfect, but because I am with you. And you were never meant to do this alone. I've surrounded you with people for a reason. Some to pour into you, some for you to pour into, some to remind you that you're not the only one walking this path. My body is not made of isolated parts. You belong. You're connected. You're valuable not only for what you do, but for who you are in me. There's still more to become, still more to build, still more to release. The gifts in you are not finished growing. The dreams I've planted are not done unfolding. You've only scratched the surface of what's possible when you walk in step with me. This is not the end. This is the expansion. You've spent enough time surviving. Now it's time to multiply. I want to multiply your peace, your joy, your influence. Not for your glory, but so that my glory shines through your life. When people look at you, they will see what grace looks like in motion, what redemption looks like in real time, what love looks like when it walks and breathes and heals. Don't hide anymore. Don't shrink back when I call you forward. Don't doubt when I speak life into your purpose. I know you feel the weight of responsibility, but remember, the burden isn't on you to make things happen. Your role is to follow. Mine is to lead. Your job is to obey. Mine is to provide. Your heart is to love. Mine is to transform. I'm not asking you to have all the answers. I'm just asking for your yes. I can do more with your surrendered heart than with any strategy or skill. Your trust unlocks my power. Your yes releases miracles. And yes, it might cost you comfort. It might stretch you beyond what you thought you could handle. But it will also lead you into the richest kind of life, the kind full of meaning, full of impact, full of my presence. There will still be resistance. You'll face opposition. But don't be afraid. Remember who walks with you. Remember whose voice speaks louder than the storm. You are not defenseless. You are equipped. You are covered. You are led by the one who has already overcome the world. And if I am for you, truly, deeply, eternally for you, then nothing and no one can stand against you. So go. Go in peace, not panic. Go with vision, not fear. Go in boldness, not pride. Go in love, not performance. You are my representative, my living letter, my reflection on earth. And I am with you always. You've walked long enough in the shadows of doubt, long enough letting fear hold the pen of your story. But now I am turning the page. This is the chapter where your faith becomes unshakable. Not because you no longer face trials, but because you've learned where to stand when they come. And you, my child, are learning to stand on the rock that does not move. You've learned what it means to trust me when the winds howl and the waves crash. Not because I calmed every storm, but because you discovered I was in the boat with you all along. And even when your voice trembled, your faith held. Even when your hands were tired, your heart stayed open. That kind of faith moves heaven. That kind of faith shakes the very gates of darkness. You don't need to feel brave to be bold. You don't need to see the whole path to take the next step. Faith is not about certainty. It's about trust. Trust that I am who I say I am. Trust that I do not lie, that I do not leave, that I do not change. When everything else feels unstable, I am the anchor. When the future seems unclear, I am the guide. When your strength runs out, I am the source. Let me remind you of what's already inside you. The fire you carry didn't start with you. It started with me. I placed it there, not to burn you out, but to light the way. Not to consume you, but to refine you. Every trial you've walked through has strengthened that fire. Every delay, every no, every detour was forging something eternal. You thought it was breaking you, but it was building you. Now you walk with a deeper authority. Not because of what you've achieved, but because of what you've endured with me. You carry wisdom bought through weeping. You carry peace forged in storms. You carry power born in surrender. This is the kind of strength the world doesn't understand, but it's the kind that transforms everything it touches. You've asked me to use you. You've prayed to make a difference. But I want you to see that your greatest impact won't come from what you do. It will come from who you become in me. A life fully yielded. A heart fully healed. A soul fully alive. That's what brings heaven to earth. That's what shines in the darkness. That's what turns ordinary moments into holy ground. Do not underestimate what I can do through a willing heart. It doesn't take status. It doesn't take perfection. It takes yes. And every yes you give me is multiplied into blessings, into breakthroughs, into eternal ripples far beyond what you'll ever see in this lifetime. That word of encouragement you whispered when no one else noticed, it broke chains. That act of compassion when you were tired, planted seeds. That prayer you offered through tears, it moved mountains. You are not living for applause. You are living for impact. You are not chasing the spotlight, you're carrying the light. And the world is watching even when it doesn't say so. Your consistency speaks louder than your circumstances. Your joy is defiant. Your love is radiant. Your presence changes things. Because my spirit is alive in you. Keep going. Even when it's quiet. Even when the crowd thins. Even when it feels like nothing's shifting. Keep sowing. Keep showing up. Keep standing. Heaven is counting every step. I'm building something eternal in you. And the harvest is coming. Not because you pushed hard enough, but because you remained faithful. That is the miracle. That is the reward. I've never asked you to be fearless. I've asked you to be faithful. Faithful in the waiting. Faithful in the walking. Faithful in the wilderness. Faithful when no one sees. Because I see. And I reward faithfulness. Not always with what the world considers success, but with something better. Peace that doesn't make sense. Strength that doesn't run dry. Joy that rises even in sorrow. That's your inheritance. The more you walk with me, the less you'll need validation from others. The more you hear my voice, the less power the noise will have. The more you abide in my presence, the more courage you'll find to live boldly, love freely, and lead humbly. This is what I'm building in you. Not a platform, but a legacy. Not an audience, but a testimony. So take courage. You're not forgotten. You're not forsaken. You're not falling behind. You are becoming the kind of person darkness fears. Becoming the kind of voice hope listens to. Becoming the kind of child who reflects their father in every step. And I am proud of you. You've walked through fire and come out with gold in your hands. You've carried the weight of sorrow, and now you're carrying wisdom. What once felt like defeat has become your foundation. What once broke you now builds others. This is the beauty of my redemption. It doesn't just restore what was lost. It transforms it into something greater. You thought your scars would disqualify you, but they've become your testimony. You thought your silence was a sign of weakness, but I've used it to shape your soul. I've spoken in the stillness. I've poured truth into your quiet places. And now, what I've spoken in secret, I will soon release in public. The world will see what I've been forming in the dark. This is not the time to hide. It's the time to arise. I'm not finished displaying my glory through your life. In fact, I'm just beginning. What I'm doing now isn't a recovery. It's a resurrection. You thought you were just surviving, but I have positioned you for influence, for breakthrough, for impact that echoes beyond what your eyes can see. You may not feel ready, but readiness is not about how prepared you feel. It's about how present you are. And you are here, right now. That's all I need. I can work with your weakness. I can work with your questions. I can work with your trembling yes. Because I am your strength. I am your wisdom. I am your peace. Let me tell you something that will shift your thinking. You are not behind. You are not too late. You didn't miss your moment. I am not limited by human timelines. I restore years. I redeem time. I rebuild dreams. What was delayed is not denied. What was broken is not discarded. I'm still using it all. And now, you're stepping into a season where what's been planted in private will begin to bloom in public. Not for your glory, but for mine. So that others will see and know that I am faithful. That I am the God who keeps promises. That I am the one who walks with the broken and makes them whole again. You are not who you used to be. You've grown. You've healed. You've been refined. And though the process was painful, the result is powerful. Now, you carry a depth that can't be taught, only forged. A compassion that comes from your own healing. A courage that comes from surviving what once tried to silence you. So let go of who you were. Don't keep rehearsing your old identity. You don't live there anymore. You are a new creation. You've been raised with purpose. Called by name. Set apart. You don't need to keep proving yourself, you just need to keep walking. One faithful step at a time. I'll open the right doors. I'll bring the right people. I'll provide everything you need to walk the path I've prepared. But don't expect everyone to understand. Not everyone will see what I'm doing in you. Some will question your direction. Some will doubt your change. But you don't need their approval, you already have mine. And that is enough. When you follow me, you'll often walk roads others won't understand. But keep going. Obedience always leads to overflow. I've taught you to rely on me. I've removed false supports so you would find your strength in me alone. And now you stand not in pride but in peace. Not in control but in confidence. Confidence in who I am. Confidence in who you are because of me. You're not just coming out of something, you're coming into something. Into clarity. Into alignment, into destiny. You're stepping into the reason you were created. And no force in hell can stop what I've ordained for you. No shame can silence what I've anointed. No lie can cancel what I've spoken. You are free now. Free to speak boldly. Free to love deeply. Free to walk fully in who you are. Let that freedom fill your lungs. Let it shape your thoughts. Let it guide your steps. This is what you were made for, not fear, but fullness. Not shadows, but light. Not hesitation, but holy boldness. Let them see you shine, not because you seek attention, but because you carry my presence. Let them feel my love when they encounter you. Let them taste heaven in your kindness. Let them see what redemption looks like in motion. You were never just meant to be healed. You were meant to be a healer, not by your power, but by my spirit in you. You don't have to force it. Just live it. I'll do the rest. And as you do, you'll realize something beautiful. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared. You've reached this moment not by chance, but by divine design. Every word you've heard, every truth you've embraced, every whisper of hope that stirred your soul, it was me. All along, it was me drawing you near. And now, as we stand on the edge of what's next, I want you to know this. You are ready. Not perfect. Not without fear, but ready, because your heart is open, your spirit is awake, your soul remembers who it belongs to. You are not walking into the unknown, you are walking into everything I've been preparing for you. And what you carry now cannot be contained. What you've received must be released. This isn't just about what I've done in you, it's about what I want to do through you. You've been filled not to keep it in, but to pour it out. You've been healed, not just to rejoice, but to restore others. You've been found so you can help others find their way back too. You were never meant to be a reservoir, you are a river. A living stream that flows with life, with grace, with light. Wherever you go, things will grow. Deserts will bloom. Hearts will soften. Darkness will lift. Not because of who you are alone, but because of who I am in you. You no longer need to ask if you're worthy. I've already said yes. You no longer need to question if you're called. I've already sent you. And you don't need to wait for the perfect moment. The moment is now. Step out and I will meet you there. Speak and I will fill your mouth. Move and I will open doors. Love and I will move through you. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs clarity. It needs compassion. It needs my truth, spoken through lives like yours. You are my message now. You are my living letter to a broken world. Not written in ink, but in your story, in your scars, in your laughter, in your daily choosing to believe that I am good, even when life is hard. You won't always feel ready. That's okay. Obedience is greater than feeling. There will be days you're tired, days you question, days you wonder if what you do even matters. On those days, come back here. Come back to my voice. Let it remind you that you matter, that your presence is a miracle, that your life still holds endless purpose. I am not looking for performance. I am looking for partnership. I don't need your perfection. I desire your presence. I want to walk with you, speak with you, move with you, and live in you. Every step forward is a declaration that heaven is near. Every act of love, every word of truth, every moment of mercy. You are releasing me into the world. And remember this, you will not always see the fruit of your faithfulness. Some seeds take time. Some harvests will bloom long after you've walked away. But trust that nothing is wasted. Every prayer, every tear, every risk, every small yes, I see it all, and I will use it all. Now go not in fear, but in freedom. Not in striving, but in surrender. Not in pressure, but in power. My spirit goes with you. My love surrounds you. My grace sustains you. You do not go alone. You go with heaven behind you, angels around you, and purpose before you. The world is waiting. The fields are ripe. And you, my child, are ready. So shine. Not just for a moment. Shine with your life. Shine with your love. Shine because the world needs to see what redemption looks like. Alive, breathing, walking among them. Shine. And never stop. Because this is only the beginning.
If this message stirred something deep within you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Let it breathe. Let it reach the one who needs it most. And remember, you're not walking alone. God is not finished with your story. Subscribe to Jesus Saves for more messages like this. Until next time, keep shining, because the world needs the light in you.